What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is AkeemHaynes. I'm a two-time Olympic bronze medalist, author, motivational speaker, and sports commentator. On my channel, we talk boxing, MMA, track and field, and of course, motivation and encouraging content. If this is something that you enjoy, then I hope that you subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get into the video. Maurice Hooker versus Blair Cobbs. What do we think about this fight? Both men are coming into this fight off losses in their most recent fight. So one of these men is going to get back into the winning column. And I like this fight for both of these guys. Hooker is a good quality boxer. His first loss came in his 30th fight. He's fought some good opposition: Abel Ramos, Alex Saucedo, Terry Flanagan, Jose Ramirez, and of course, most recently, Vergil Ortiz Jr. When you look at his size for the division that he's in, one of Maurice Hooker's biggest strengths is his reach. His shots are awkward sometimes and come from different angles, and it's looping at times. He can hit you from a distance without you being able to reach him because of that reach that he can keep you at distance. He has a nice straight hand, and he does pack a pop with each punch. He might not look like he's got that knockout power, but he does. He's got 18 KOs on his record, right? If you want to see his most recent one, check out the Uriel Perez fight. He caught Perez in the first round with a body shot. And even in that fight, I think Perez felt some of that power and he was just like, man, I don't want to go back into this one, right? I also like his performance again against Alex Saucedo, where he put that power on display as well too. If he can establish the range and his jab in this fight early, he'll be good. He'll be able to pick his spots and find the right openings and create his openings against Cobb. When he can impose his frame and in size, he does a very good job and he does good work. He's an accurate puncher and you can't take him lightly. He took the belt from Terry Flanagan where he had to put his ring IQ on display and earn that win. So he does a lot of good things inside the ring. Now let's talk about Blair Cobbs. I know he catches a lot of slack for the stuff that he says, but I like him. He's a confident fighter who believes in his skills, and you always want to see that, right? I think he does a lot of good things. He's quick. He's got fast hands. He's got decent footwork. He's always moving laterally to the left or to the right. He's always moving around the ring. He's not a stagnant fighter. He's got good head movement, good jab, good counter puncher. He's willing to fight on the inside and trade shots, or he can fight from the outside. I wouldn't say he's great at doing either or, but I'd say he's pretty good at both. I think Cobb needs to get the respect from Hooker early in this fight. If Hooker doesn't feel the threat, he'll hide behind that wingspan, and that jab and that straight hand will be there all night. Cobb in his last fight against Rocha, I thought he was fighting very well. I liked the things that he was doing early on in that fight. He caught Rocha with some good shots, and Rocha, his eye was swelling up a little bit. But I think there are times when Cobb gets overconfident, drops his hand, and kind of looks at his work rather than covering up. And that's when he gets in trouble. And you saw that in the 5th round against Rocha, when Rocha started to seize that fight and take control of it. I was actually surprised that he had that good of a chin because he took some big shots in the 5th round against Rocha. If Blair Cobbs can close the gap on Maurice and neutralize the wingspan and the length, he will be able to do some very good work on the inside, but he has to get in there and pressure Hooker. The fights that Maurice Hooker lost, the volume got to him. When Ortiz got close and let his hands go, even though all of his shots didn't hit him cleanly, he still hit the body and all parts of his body. And that was enough to fluster him and leave himself susceptible to the onslaught that was being put on him for him to get in different shots. Against Ramirez, Ramirez came in, let his hands go, and caught him flush with the right hand. And that made Hooker fight off the back foot. Ramirez came forward and just let his hands go. And I think Hooker got caught with like 10 consistent, hard shots. It was madness, like 10 shots in a row. I was glad that the ref stopped that fight. So if Blair Cobbs can close the gap and fight from the inside, and when he's in there, let his hands go and still being able to use his lateral movements to get out of the way, he will be able to gain the respect of Hooker, and he'll be able to do some very good work on that inside. But with all that being said, this is a tough one to decide. But I like Hooker in this one. I think he's been in the ring with better opposition. He's already faced 2 big punchers, and I don't think Blair Cobbs is that big of a puncher as Ramirez or as Vergil Ortiz is, even though Blair Cobbs has 10 knockouts of his own. I think the range and the height will be too much for him, and he will slowly start to wear him down. Blair does make mistakes in the middle and the later rounds. Consistently from the fights that I have seen, he does not tuck his chin all in the best. While he has very good head movements, sometimes he just watches his work too much and leaves himself susceptible to being countered or to get caught with a hard shot. But he does have a good chin. But in this one, I am taking Maurice Hooker. I think this one goes all the way to points decision, in my opinion. I could see it ending, but I do think the lateral movement of Blair Cobbs will be tough for Maurice Hooker to be able to walk him down and land clean flush shots. What are your thoughts on this fight? Let me know in the comments section below. If you would like to support the channel, there's a couple ways that you can do so. You can like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. If you would like to support the channel by way of donation, you can find options in the description below. Also, my Cash App handle will be on screen as well. Any amount would be greatly appreciated and goes towards the growth of this channel. If you've been watching the video this long, then do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, and we'll definitely see you next time.